welcome everybody to episode 51
Woo!
of Cascadia Hockey Podcast, brought to you by Buried Puck Threads. My name is Aaron Piper. I am the founder of Buried Puck Threads. I am also the co-founder of this podcast. I am also the co-founder of the Piper Clan of Richland, Washington, and I am the, that's about it. That's about all the things I can come up with.
All co-founders.
All co-founders. I didn't do anything original on my own.
No.
And then there's this one. The better half, the lovely Anya Piper.
Hey, boy.
Hi. Well, that was really loud. We are doing an express version this week of the podcast because, in case you haven't noticed, it is the holiday season. And
Merry Christmas.
Merry motherfucking Christmas. It's one of the busiest times of the year. It's also my favorite time of the year.
But it's mine too.
What?
It's my favorite time of the year.
Oh, I know. For sure. I think 3 of the 4 that are usually on the podcast, it's their favorite time of the year.
3 of, because Corey loves.
I'm not sure about Corey. Can you confirm or deny Nerdcore next time we see you? I don't know.
Do they even listen to this podcast when they're not on it?
Probably not.
Because I'm sure
I don't listen to their podcast when I'm not on it. So
that is horrible. Do you know that I go and I listen to them all after they post?
Always, and then she comes and says that wasn't true. You didn't. That never happened.
Even your
Garagerama,
I go and I listen to it,
Nice.
and then I tell you all the things that you should start doing.
That's not my call.
I know. So I'll talk to Corey someday.
All right, Corey, she's coming for you.
One day.
Anyway. It's Christmas. I'm happy.
Merry Christmas.
Am. But it is a busy time right now. We are gearing up for Teddy Bear Toss.
Yes.
The game this weekend.
Just bought the teddies last night.
Super excited.
And not
fun.
the sexy teddies.
What's a sexy teddy?
Like lingerie? Or are you being silly?
I know nothing about a sexy teddy.
Wait, am I making that up in my head? Don't they call lingerie teddies? I think they do.
Okay, I'm going to take your word.
I'm going to Google this.
You are the wearer of lingerie, so I have no idea. Anyway, while she Googles that.
Wait, let's do it together. Hey, Siri. Okay, Siri doesn't want to play with me today.
Sucks. I think we turned Siri off on there because she just shows up at random times.
Hey, Siri.
Oh, there she is.
Listening. God dang it. Do you call lingerie teddies?
She just left. She literally the question was asked and she just shut down.
So maybe she's trying to prevent me from being embarrassed that I made that up in my head.
Oh, no, sweetie. No, we're just going to leave that one alone.
Okay, we'll just leave it alone.
Anyway.
So I got my teddies.
And we got teddies. It's Teddy Bear Toss weekend for the Tri-City Americans. We had a couple last weekend in the U.S. division.
Yes.
Spokane set a record. They actually played the Tri-City Americans and won that game. I believe it was 4-3. Spokane won. They set a franchise record with 8,604 bears.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Our dog's in here walking around. Why is she in here?
I don't know. Would you like me to get her out?
Anyway, I never did mention it's just us two because we're trying to find time to even make any content this week. So we're at home and the dog's walking around. So what was I saying about the Spokane game? Okay, so Spokane had, they threw 8,604
teddy bears.
Yes. Which was a franchise record. Okay. So that's cool. Whatever. But there was something that caught my attention with that. And I will share that with you in just a second when I get to the game summary, from the WHL website, which is whl.ca in case you're interested. It says that there was 10,422 people in attendance that night. So that means that almost 2,000 motherfuckers didn't bring anything to throw down on the ice.
Oh my gosh.
2,000 Spokaneans that do not care about the children.
That's inaccurate.
I'm calling it out.
Wait. What if they spent all their money on the ticket?
Then they wasted their money.
What?
Because they came in with the perfect opportunity and they threw nothing. So you 2,000 motherfuckers, you know who you are. That record could have been shattered. No wonder 8,000's a record for them. Because there's a bunch of people that don't bring them.
That's true. That's pretty sad. I think every year...
Yeah, we're calling you out, Spokane.
Every year that we've gone, we've brought in a teddy, except for one because we didn't go.
Right. Last year we weren't there because I almost died. And I wanted to be there. Like, I told my wife I'd been home for a week, and I said, I'm ready to go. And the day of, it was just like, it ain't happening. So we had to watch it on TV. But we always bring teddies. We actually just got teddies last night. We got a white teddy bear and a black stuffed dog. And I'm actually quite upset that the white teddy bear costs more than the black stuffed dog.
It's because it was bigger. It's the size.
I think
the dog is a little smaller.
Okay. Okay. Whatever.
I think you're overthinking this.
No, I'm not. But anyway, I'm not overthinking the fact that Spokane fucked it up. They could have had 2,000 more bears on the ice. So good job, Spokane. Yeah, good job, Spokane. You're listening.
Shoot, now I want to go to Portland and see how many people attended their game.
Yeah, let's see, because Portland had 11,156 bears rain down in their game. And I believe they played on Sunday. Let's go look at that real quick.
Well, while he's pulling that out, I just want to let you know I actually did go and Google teddies. And it's called, I went on to Amazon and it said Teddy Nightwear for Women. And that is sexy lingerie.
Okay.
So they do call sexy lingerie teddies.
So you were right. It was a long roundabout way to get there. But we got there. So Portland actually played their teddy bear toss the same night. It was a 3-0 win over the Prince George Cougars. 11,000. Oh, okay. Look at this. 11,156 bears rained down on the ice. There was only 9,326 people in attendance.
Nice. That's awesome.
So 2,000 more bears than what there were people at the game.
That's awesome. Way to go, Portland.
Portland, thumbs up. Spokane, bleh.
Do better.
Bleh.
Do better.
Anyway, this weekend will be Tri-City is having theirs. They set a record last year.
The Tri-Cities did.
Tri-City, it was a franchise record. I don't remember what the number was, but it was franchise record. So if you're listening, let's beat that record this year. And then Everett will be doing theirs this weekend as well. Seattle, because you got to be weird. Once again, they do theirs in January.
Well, that's Seattle.
I mean, I get it. They don't want it to just be whatever. But we talked to Dan. By the way, if you haven't listened,
West Side
Story. We show that, yeah. We show a podcast every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, we do a talk with our buddy Dan Brown from the west side of the state, west side of the Cascades. And I asked him why Seattle waits till January, and he did not have an answer. Not a definitive answer. There was some speculation, but nothing definitive. So anyway, Seattle will be in January. It's fun. This is the best time of year.
Yes.
Did you get a number for Hershey?
Oh, I did actually. So in 2015, Hershey Bears actually broke the record, and they held the record for the longest time. It was 34,798. This year, they broke it again, and it's for everybody with a total of with a total of 45,650 bears.
It's pretty fucking impressive.
I know,
but I know there wasn't 45,000 people in that arena. I've been in that arena. I think it. I looked the other day. I think they seat like 13 or 14,000 in there.
That is so incredible.
So that's like, if those numbers are correct, that's like 3 teddies per person.
That's pretty awesome. Man, we got a lot to live up to.
Tri-City Americans, peeps, I can verify that you will not have an excuse to not have a bear at the game on Saturday night against the Portland Winterhawks. Gonna be a fun game.
That's
because Joel Hoffer, holy fuck, that guy's got like 4 shutouts this year already. He had 2 of them last week. It's gonna be a fun game. But anyway,
is it really gonna be fun, or is it gonna be like, it's
gonna be a good old U.S. division? Whatever. The U.S. division game. It's going to be fun. Last year was an 8-7 overtime win against Lethbridge.
That's true.
That would have been a fun one to
Wait, that teddy bear was against Lethbridge?
Was against Lethbridge. 8-7. So anyway, I can confirm, though, that there was a major donation of stuffed animals to the team.
That's awesome.
To raise money, and they'll be being sold on the concourse on Saturday night. So if you forgot one, doesn't matter. Bring your money, buy one.
Yes, and throw them down. Dude, because it's so cool that they give them to our community, like all the kids here in our area, in the Richland, Kennewick, Pasco, for those kids that don't have Christmas presents. That's like the coolest thing. I'm willing to go buy like 100 of them if I had to.
They stay local, and I believe somebody asked a few years ago if they actually wash the bears, because if you think about it, players like to spit and sweat on the ice.
I wonder if anybody actually pees on the ice.
I believe that would be noticed by a different miscoloration of the white ice.
So they probably don't pee their pants or
Painted
anything.
white. No, I don't think so. However, they do sweat, they do spit. So there's a lot of bodily fluids that end up on that
and
ice
fighting,
surface.
blood,
And
spurting.
so those bears then fall onto that ice. I believe they do get cleaned and washed, though, before
I would hope so.
they get given away. So anyway.
Because there are some lot. I can't wait to see the big ass teddy bear.
There's always one.
There's always one, and I'm gonna get it. Last week or whenever we last met with the Corey and Derek on the pod, we Corey said there's always that one, and he loves to watch it. Yep. And I'm gonna get it. That's my goal is to record that and do a little live stream on our Instagram. So be on the lookout for the dumb schmuck trying to get that big ass teddy bear over the glass.
Dumb schmucks, because that's never a one person job.
True story.
So anyway, if you guys have been to any teddy bear toss this year, whatever league it is, just let us know. Tell us how your experience was. hello@buriedpuckthreads.com, or you can leave us messages on all the social medias. Whatever.
Yeah, and we've been loving your engagement on our Instagram and Facebook and getting to know who you like, what teams you're rooting for, and
glad you guys are finally coming out of the woodwork. I had a guy actually earlier today, we were talking on Twitter. Eric Comrie made his first start as a Detroit Red Wing last night against his former team, the Winnipeg Jets. And we made the comment that we once saw Eric Comrie make a 66 save performance.
Amazing.
In fact, that was Comrie's last game here in Tri-City.
Both heartbreaking and amazing.
And we had somebody that responded to that they were actually at that game as well. So, it was a crazy game. So Comrie had a rough night.
I know.
It's the team in front of them. Detroit right now, dumpster fire, man.
They'll sucks.
Figure it out. So anyway, we don't want to get real heavy this week. It's just fun time. We love it. We love it.
Oh, in WHL, they have Christmas ornaments that are for sale. And if you have time to get them in time for Christmas, they will ship them overnight. I just saw it on Twitter. But yeah, if you want an ornament and to support your women's hockey, definitely go buy them at nwhl.zone. And the Boston are still winning every freaking game. And the Whale are still losing every single game.
Everybody else is mediocre.
Can't they switch some players up on each of the teams to make it competitive?
No.
Because honestly, I never want to...
It's on the GM to figure it out.
Figure out.
By the way, Season 8 of Letterkenny drops in the U.S. on December 27th.
And we will watch it all twice by the 28th.
Yeah. And for all of our Canadian listeners, you motherfuckers get it on December 25th. Merry Christmas. However, that's tradition now. You don't fuck with tradition. They get one season on Canada Day. They get the other season on Christmas Day. That's how it is.
That's awesome.
Good for you. I'm glad you guys get it first because it's your thing, man. It ain't a Hulu original. It's a Crave original.
True story.
Remember that shit. Anyway, but we wanted to keep it fun and lighthearted. If you haven't seen the picture on our Instagram, Buried Puck Threads Instagram, we hung up a gritty ornament.
Yeah.
Which we were excited about because that gritty ornament came with 2 lower bowl tickets to a Flyers game in March. So the wife and I are going to take a little vacation, leave the kids with the grandparents, fly out there, spend a few days in Philly. They play the Bruins. We'll be in row 13. I forget which section, but row 13 at the Wells Fargo.
So if you're a Philly listener.
Yeah, if you're a Flyers fan or listener, you're going to be around, let us know.
Reach out. We'll give you a free t-shirt.
We'll come and I'll be doing a diabetic cheat day by grabbing a Philly cheesesteak for sure. At Jim's is the best. I don't care what you say. Geno's and Pat's, whatever. Jim's is the best. But anyway, we don't really have a whole lot more that we are going to say. I had the privilege of doing a interview with former American player Jordan Topping here a couple weeks ago. We caught up. He was in town. His fiance actually lives here in the area, so he was in town a lot this summer, and we tried to coordinate and never were able to. So we did a phone interview. He's actually now playing for the Allen Americans.
How fun.
Of the ECHL. Allen's a little suburb of Dallas, Texas. The Allen Americans are the ECHL team of the Minnesota Wild. So Jordan is in the Minnesota organization now and everything. And he's doing pretty well. The Allen Americans overall are doing pretty well. But we caught up with him. Jordan was always a fun guy around here. He was a fan favorite, scored a lot of goals, pushed a lot of buttons on the ice. It was always fun to watch. The last game he ever played here was a Game 6 in the Western Conference Finals against the Everett Silvertips. And we talked to him a little bit about that, but he's gone on to do some cool things. And so, yeah, got to spend some time with him, catch up with him. So check out the interview we did with him. Next summer, we're hoping to do another one with him in person live. But he was a fun kid. If you haven't, go look him up. There's some cool stuff. Anything else you wanted to say before we hop into the topping interview?
No, not at all. I had a fun little convo with you today because, I don't ever talk to you much. So
yeah, we literally have our office in the same room. So we really don't talk.
No, he has his headphones on. I have mine, and we work, and then we meet each other.
A little Wu-Tang in the background. If you listen to Garagerama, you'll know how much Wu-Tang we listen to around here. But anyway, so yeah, let's hop into that interview with Jordan. I am pleased today to welcome an old pal from the Tri-City Americans. Mr. Jordan Topping is on the phone with us. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good. Yeah, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being on, man. I know it's been a crazy, hectic time for us to try to schedule this call, but I'm glad it finally worked out, man.
Yeah, I know it's been good. It's been a long time coming. So
yeah, for sure. You were quite the player here in Tri-City, man. I was fortunate enough to see you all 4 years here. You were part of, I thought it was a pretty special team, a pretty special run. You finished your WHL career with like 218 points. So you found the score sheet quite often, I would say.
Yeah, I know. I was, my first year, I kind of worked myself into the league and got adjusted to everything. And, obviously we had some great offensive players that, I got the chance to play with in Tri-City. And, I kind of just got to, play with a couple great line mates and, it kind of just went from there.
Yeah, for sure. And it was all kind of, it culminated in that last year, your 20-year season, that great run that Tri-City went on. I mean, all the way deep into, the conference finals against Everett that year. Tell me about that run. How magical was that?
Yeah, it just seemed like everything clicked. In the regular season, we weren't. It wasn't like we were blowing teams out. We were kind of in the middle of the pack there, and we got in, and I think that kind of everything just started gelling together. And obviously we had a lot of really good players. A couple guys in the back end, and then we had some great offensive threats. So it was just a really good team, and we had a lot of depth that year. So it was a really fun run to go on, especially in your last season.
Yeah, for sure. It was fun as us, for the fans to watch it and all that. You guys did something that Tri-City has never done before, and that was you swept the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, against Kelowna and Victoria that year. And Kelowna had been a team, in my opinion, that had always kind of been a thorn in the side of the Americans, and you guys just took it to them. And it was just fun. It was fun to watch. So, and I kind of ran this by you before we started recording. That Game 6, as a fan, was a heartbreaker. It was, you guys had control of that game, and then all of a sudden things kind of started to unravel there in the third period. What can you tell me about that specifically? Are you comfortable enough to share kind of what you and Mr. Carter Hart were talking about down there on the ice?
Yeah, well, that Game 6 is one that'll probably always be a little bit hard to think about, but it was it was a series where we were battling back and forth, and it just kind of got a little bit heated in front of the net there, and a couple things happened, and we gave up I think it was a 4-on-4 goal at that point to make it 5-3, and then the momentum just kind of swung, and a couple of bad bounces, and kind of the whole game changed. So it was tough, but I mean, obviously all the guys still feel like we left something on the table, which is really hard to go through, but we just we know that we had a great team there, and we had some amazing memories. So just try to live with that. And obviously things happen. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What was it like inside the locker room? I mean, obviously it's heartbreaking at that point, but you guys, you had to know, I mean, that you did an incredible job that year. You put a lot of naysayers to rest. A lot of people weren't sure what the team could do. And you kind of went on a roll and kicked a lot of ass along the way. I mean, you at least could keep your heads held high in that situation, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think going into playoffs, even that first series, I mean, people had us as underdogs, but I don't think we thought that way for a second. I think all the guys were confident that that was our series to win, and and it was a really we had a lot of great leaders on that team, so we were all best friends, and we became a family, and I think it's unfortunate the way that it ended, but we had some great times, and obviously we're proud of what we accomplished, and if we could go back on it, we probably would have changed some of the things in Game 6. But I mean, you can't look in the past.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Always looking forward. As a fan, you always watch that last game. You always see, the 20-year-olds that are on the ice, and just how quickly, it comes to an end. You've put so much work into it. And I watched all you guys, from year to year, how the different reactions are from the 20-year-olds. So I know it's got to be hard, but that was definitely not the end of your hockey chapter at all. You made that transition from junior to pro, in a couple of different ways. Tell me about that. How big of an adjustment really was that for you to go pro?
Yeah, it's definitely a bigger adjustment than I thought it would be, to be honest with you. It's the everyday things in pro, and just how competitive the games are night in and night out. Not that it's not like that in junior, but you have a lot younger guys that are 16 still coming into their own. Just getting better and stuff like that. Whereas here, it's all men that are fighting for the same goal to, ultimately make the NHL. So, it's a grind. It's hard for sure. And, it's my second year, so I'm a little bit more adjusted to it now. And, it's a good time. I really like it.
That's awesome. Would you say that, because I mean, I feel like, like you said, in the WHL, you've got 15 and 16-year-olds all the way up to 20-year-olds. Would you feel like there's more of a gap per se in talent in the WHL from top to bottom than there is like as you reach the ECHL and the AHL levels and all that?
Yeah, I think so personally. I mean, I don't think that. I just think the age difference. I mean, from 16 to 20, you have young kids that come in that have to find their game in the Western League, and you have lots of guys that are 16 that aren't playing big roles, and then when they're 17 and 18-year-olds are leading their team in scoring. So, I think in pro, everybody's just a little bit closer together. And a lot of times in pro, those guys that were 20-year-olds were always leading their team anyway. So it's all a very similar playing field.
Sure. The ECHL is always fun to me. That's where I cut my teeth with hockey. Becoming a fan was with the Norfolk Admirals way back in the day. So I'm super familiar with that league. You guys, the Allen Americans, are tearing it up right now. I mean, like 11-3, you're first in your division, you're tied for first in the league. Tell me what's been going on. What's been clicking right down there at this moment?
Yeah, we have a lot of really good players. We actually have quite a few Western League players on our team this year that there's a lot of guys that were off NHL deals that are kind of back in the ECHL this year, and they're looking to move up. So we have a lot of really talented players, and we have a lot of depth as well. So it's been a lot of fun, and hopefully we can go on a run this year.
I noticed a name on the roster there that stuck out to me. He used to come to town here a lot and just piss everybody off, and that was Turner Ottenbright.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it was kind of funny. We got to Minnesota together for Minnesota's camp, and I mean, I don't know him personally before, like besides our meetings on the ice, but it was kind of we had a laugh about it. And, right away you kind of have that mutual respect for each other when you used to battle kind of on multiple nights together in the U.S. division. So he's a good buddy of mine now, and it's fun. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've talked to quite a few former Americans players. I talked to Bo McHugh over the summer, and he was telling me about him and Riley Whittingham were, big rivals against each other. Now they're good friends and all that stuff. So I saw the name Ottenbright, and I thought, oh, okay, yeah, that's familiar. So be interesting how that plays out. Big boy, good defenseman there. So, what I looked at Allen. I know Dallas really, really well. I did not realize that Allen is, a suburb of the area there. What's the hockey culture really like there in North Central Texas?
It's actually it's really good. Yeah, I was down here for I went to the Dallas Stars camp after my 18-year-old season, so I got to see a little bit of the area, and I think the hockey's just it's growing like crazy here with the Stars here and everything like that. The youth hockey seems really big, and there's lots of rinks around, so it's good.
That's very cool. Are you going to have the opportunity to possibly check out the Winter Classic game this year?
I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it yet, but I'll have to do that.
That's going to be pretty cool. I was really excited when they announced Dallas and Nashville. So do you make it out to any Stars games? You guys get to go check that out at all?
I haven't been yet, but I'll try and make it down to one or two throughout this year, and see a couple.
That's awesome. So you are, real quick while we wrap up here, you've big personal things happen. You got engaged last summer. Congrats.
Thank you.
You bet. And you're in the Minnesota organization now. Is that kind of where things are falling at this point?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm still in the position to be able to get called up by any American League team, but
cool.
Iowa is like the Minnesota's affiliate, so we're all kind of linked together, and a lot of times guys will come up from here to Iowa. So
yeah, very cool. And last year was the Walleye, correct, in Toledo?
Yeah. Last year was Toledo.
Very cool. Bro, it's been fun to watch you, man. We keep an eye on you around here and see what's going on with you. So, and it's fun. Hopefully next summer we can sit down face to face and do something together. I know you've got a crazy busy schedule and you're in town, but I really, really do appreciate you taking some time with us today.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate you having me on, and we'll look forward to that sit down.
Okay.
So that was fun, huh?
Yeah.
Great interview.
It was a great one.
Awesome. What was your favorite part? Anyway, I do want to say before we close out, next week's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Not going to say a whole lot other than there's going to be a lot of talk of Christmas. There might be an Irish accent involved.
Beards.
And lots of time zones. That's all I'm going to say. We've got a special guest lined up that I'm excited about. He's excited about. In fact, he might be more excited than I am. But it's going to be a great time. So you're definitely going to want to listen to episode 52 next week. After that, we're going to shut down for a couple of weeks and enjoy family and friends. And then we're going to come back and hit it hard in January, because as we get into the bowels of the winter time, hockey's about the only positive thing out there.
Absolutely.
So. Oh, by the way, too, Seattle just said that we'll probably, quote unquote, have a name and colors by February.
But wasn't it supposed to be in January?
Nobody knows when it was supposed to be. Nobody really knows.
So, like I said,
so probably February.
It probably won't be until the day they play the game.
Nah, I don't think it'll be that long. They're going to want to sell some shit before that.
True. I guess they want to make some money.
But anyway, so that's exciting stuff. Merry Christmas, everyone. This is the best time of the year. All the boys, all the players get to take some time off, be with their family and friends. Even the NHL takes a few days off around Christmas, which, like, basketball plays Christmas Day. And that just fucks with me, man. I can't.
Well, you used to want to go watch like a movie on Christmas Day.
I used to, but I was also a kid, and I didn't understand the importance of family time and all that stuff. And I would go watch Star Wars on Christmas Day this year if anybody would come with me. No takers. We'll probably go see it like day before. Or something.
You can go on my birthday.
That's opening day.
I know.
I don't know. Let that one marinate.
To be fair.
Anyway, we're going to let you guys go. We're just rambling now. Buried Puck threads all over the social medias. Buried Puck on Twitter. BuriedPuck.com. Yeah, that's where it's at. Peace out.
Peace out, motherfuckers.
Merry Christmas. Be
you
kind.
Filthy animal.
Yes, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. And by the way, today's opening and closing track was called Dumbass Kids.
Yeah, there are so many dumbass kids out there.
That's from Epic Beardmen, which is a Sage Francis and B. Dolan project that they've done. That was from season 1, which came out in 2018 on Strange Famous Records. The song we're going to use next week is going to be pretty fun as well. So anyway, that's all I got for today. For the lovely Miss Anya, who's wearing teddies right now.
I am not.
She is not. For our dog who keeps doing all her shit back there. She's licking herself. Crazy. We love you guys.
Bad timing.
We love you guys. Have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Conservative leaning liberal. Sneaking adult beverages in your sippy car. Got some parental advisory hitching the sexy bitches giddy up. You can't shame the dullest tool in the shed for being blunt, cause we're not all made to cut. If I may be so curt, if I'm allowed to be frank, no one understood my worth till I was breaking the bank. Cause I was drawing the crowd where they was throwing the blank. They tried to haul me around while I was pulling their rank. I wasn't so full of myself I wouldn't make time for play. But baby, I'm a tank, time to get out of my way. You can praise a broken clock for being right twice a day, but you can't fix stupid with late fees, my G. If you see my inner child, give them that. We paying these bills with rap. Lil' homie, how ill is that? Good prediction back when composition pads had a skipping class. Dumbass kid with some duct tapes in the wiffle bag. When the last time you heard a soundboy burial? Epic men come through in stereo. These rappers invented fake news, paying for views. My advice to young writers is quit. Stay in school. But if that ain't you, then nothing I can say or do will change the truth. Take your own advice, ignore the hype, and don't be chasing you. Start spinning on them charms. End up rapping off your phone. We heard the DJ drop the but you weren't in the zone. I won't pay no dues to the pyramid scheme. Ain't no use, not a hit with the twins. Strange old dude, but he spit real clean and embrace whole crews with a quick 16. See, you're at the prime to go home with the queen. I'm with the woman she's hoping to be. No disrespect to the kids, tell them it's lit. The grown-ups will know what I mean. I'm lost in